Okay. So many people might know that I used to play World of Warcraft, but a lot of people don't know that I used to play Rift as well. One of the reasons I actually really enjoyed Rift, and I did roleplay on both of these games, was the fact that you could do dimensions. This first dimension that I just went to is my own personal character's like house when he first started. It was like and since I no longer actually roleplay on this game, I opened everything up to the public, so these houses can be used for your own personal roleplay characters if you do actually want to do that sort of thing. So that's the entrance, basically, the little entrance way. And this is supposed to be like a house in the mountains, kind of far away from society, kind of little urban or not urban, rural area. Got a nice little telescope and nice view, and stars come out and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty nice. Um, but yeah, so I'm just gonna let that video keep going. I used the rug for the doors. I don't know. I thought it was a good idea. So the entrance, just some tools, that kind of stuff. You continue on to the next room. There's a little jail cell, since this character was originally supposed to be a mercenary type character. Kind of like his workshop, fixes up stuff. If you continue down, that lamp's off right now, but at night it turns on and it lights up this little area. So it actually looks really cool. But yeah, just like storage, nice little kitchen, some flowers, gotta set up that date. Uh, yeah, just nice little cozy area. And I forget what I named this, but if you go back to the start of the video, you can see the title of what this place is and how to find it. My name used to actually be Snooper on here, but they made me change it, so now I changed it to Pker. Might as well. But yeah, that's like a weapons room, and this room is pretty empty, but it had like a few books and stuff like that. I was gonna do more with it, but I just wasn't ever sure what to do. And yeah, this is Snooper's actual room. This is where he slept and stayed and stuff like that. And in roleplay, Snooper actually had a brother that lived here with him as well. And if you come up this way, even though a little choppy in this doorway area, but if you go through, this is his brother's room. And his brother was Eugone. E-U-G-O-N-E, Eugone. And that name is actually going to be important later on, because I actually did Eugone's server and I made a giant guild hall maze, and you guys are going to see that as well, if you want. So that's the basics of the house itself. It's a nice little area. I thought it was pretty cool. So anyway, if you actually like this house, the name of it is House in the Mountains, and my name is just Pker, and you should be able to find it that way. And if you're worried about it, it's the warden's place, I think. I can't even really read right now. It's kind of minimized. Okay. So next, what I was talking about earlier, Eugone's house, E-U-G-O-N-E, Eugone. His place is called Maze, and we're gonna head to his dimension. What this dimension was is supposed to be like a private guild hall. Originally, the lore behind it was that it was a friend of Snoop's, because Snoop was just a mercenary, and the guy is a huge, powerful mage, but he's on vacation, or he's off on some quest or whatever. So this is his house, and Snooper was supposed to watch over it for this mage, who never returned from his big adventure and quest. So he actually used this area for his fellow mercenaries and assassins and all that kind of stuff, and he'd bring him here to this little hideout. And yeah, it was supposed to be like on an island, so I kind of like the lore behind it, but since I'm no longer playing on it, the lore is whatever you make it if you guys decide to use this guild hall, and it's totally cool guild hall, I feel like. But I don't know how many people are even actively playing Rift nowadays either, so. Once you go up the elevator, there's just like a telescope, the sky, nice views, some big tall trees, typical stuff. Some beautiful weather. um, but yeah, I tried to add on a little pool here. Try to make it kind of cool for like a vacation area, you know, for all like people that want to go swim around and all that kind of stuff. Just because I know how roleplay gets, and I know that people like to have all sorts of things when it comes to relaxing. You can't really actually swim in the water though, so that's the downside. You kind of just walk around. But there's a nice waterfall, so that's kind of cool. Good view. And we'll go into like the main area. I'm not sure if it's really the main area, but I guess it's like one of the main entertainment areas. Just kind of some tables, some nice shelving, storage, and stuff like that. And, a stage for whatever you want to do with that. And then it's hidden little, you know, you can have like put on little plays or whatever. Like, yeah, it just depends on your guild stuff. And in the next room, it kind of looks like a little chaotic and stuff, but I actually worked really hard to make sure that you couldn't really get stuck in a lot of areas. And you'll see that especially later on, because there's a hidden maze, as you can tell that this place is called Maze, or it was called, which you'll see later, and it's kind of clunky in some areas, but you can't really get stuck in it either. So these are just like the beds for the guild hall, some weapons, all that kind of stuff. So I guess this would be considered the main part of the guild hall. Some more tables and food. Storage. And we're back outside. Oh, and dropped my water bottle. But yeah, in the center there's like the big well and all that kind of stuff, and this house is just supposed to be like a little blacksmith. Help keep all the weapons refined and, you know, typical roleplay stuff. Right next to it is a jail cell and a graveyard. Kind of like an impending thing for whoever gets locked up. Kind of, you know, a lot to think about. And a lot of people think this is the maze, the main maze, when it's called maze, but it's actually just a minor, small maze. It's made out of a bunch of like living bushes, and yeah, we're gonna equip my horse to go through it. I'll probably show a few of the dead ends, just because it's actually been a while since I've gone through it, and I kind of want to re-explore it myself. And it's the same thing for the other maze. Like, I built all this a long time ago, so I have to try to re-remember where everything is. Luckily, I have most of it still to memory, I think. But yeah, there's a little scarecrow right next to the house. I thought it was pretty cool looking. I say that a lot, though. I think a lot of stuff's really cool, I guess. I'm easily entertained. Found the exit right around here, and it could be an entrance too if you really wanted to go through that way. But yeah, this goes back to the very entrance of the whole place, where you arrive on the ships. And rather than going up the elevator, we're gonna take this right side, and there's a little pathway here. It actually looks a lot better looking at it from this angle, because it looks like an actual pathway compared to coming through this way. But yeah, you're supposed to go up this log, and it leads back to the roads, and there's some of the lily pads and stuff, some extra decor added. And finally, we arrived to approach the large, hidden, underground wizard's maze. And now, this maze doesn't really have like a real objective, other than the one that I made for it. So, you'll see what I'm talking about once you get down there. This part's kind of important. When you're standing here, you actually need to stand still, otherwise you won't go through the floor properly. So this is the entrance of the maze. It's got a scary little mouth and a hand at the front and some coffins. Tried to be a little intimidating there. I don't know if it worked. And this is the goal. The goal is to find all 6 of these crystals. So I'm going to get right into it based off my memory. And as you can tell, there's actually a lot of dead ends going up and down, left and right. And it's multiple stories. So the first crystal, you just, you go into the first left and then a right, and then you jump over these little floating chairs in a bed, and you go all the way across, and you get behind the wall, and it's this little orange crystal, and there it is. That's 1 out of 6. Down below, if you happen to fall, there are ways to get back up, but you may need to go all the way around. I can't really remember. But it's you can't really get stuck down there, like I was saying. It's just a little area to bounce around and get out of until you find an exit. And here's one of the exits. Goes to a lot of staircases, and like I was saying, it looks really choppy in some spots, but overall it's actually a really fun maze to do. I would advise, not saying a little late, but if you guys actually want to try to find all 6 of the pieces yourself, then I would advise you quit watching it. But it's actually kind of really hard too, so I wouldn't completely, you know, if you want to watch the video, you can. So after a few twists and turns here and there, you go up into this circle room right here. That's kind of like right down on the end of the hallway. It's kind of not hard to reach this room, and you start climbing up all the way to the top. And once you get to the top, there will be another crystal that is 2 out of 6 right up there, and you can't really jump up those stairs as I showed earlier. But if you go to the side of the stairs and go around them into the back, you'll find a 3rd one. That's 3 out of 6. So we're, you know, it's only been like what, 2 minutes, and we're already got half of it done. So you can't go up the stairs because it's blocked, but you can choose these 2 other pathways. And this is the way I came in, I'm pretty sure. Little knocked over wall there, go behind the wall. These stairs go back to the other area that I was just looking down at. This is a upside down house, I think, but you can traverse it. I don't believe there's any crystals here in the house upside down. Yeah, I don't believe that there are any actually in this part. Sorry if I spoiled it. So yeah, can't get back up that way. I was gonna be a little bit more thorough, but I forgot. And oh, okay. So you go back up these stairs to get up there. Look, nothing really there though. And that looks like it just goes around in a circle. So I'm gonna go up this way. Like I said, it's actually been a while, so I'm trying to remember this whole thing, but because I built it all, even though it's chaotic and crazy, it's still kind of there. And that path leads back to the way we came. So we're gonna go down and I'll show you real quick. See? You go up there, and yeah, there's where the storm crystal was. Up there is the lava crystal. And go back down. We're gonna go in this room. Yeah, and that way it just goes around. Everything that we've been here, we're just kind of just going in circles at this point. So we're gonna go back the way we came. We're gonna go up here. And this is near the start, actually. If you recognize the house, right near the bottom of it. even though there's a bunch of walls in the way. It's on the other side of the entrance. So there are some doggies on the floor there. I don't know if you guys saw those or not. But yeah, you can drop down through that way. And it doesn't really matter which way you drop, because the two ways are pretty close to each other. If you go up there, it just goes around and comes back, and you drop down over around this way. So once again, it's just another dead-end circle. This way, if you go around, it'll actually lead back to the start. I don't know if you guys remember looking up a staircase at the very beginning of entering the maze, but that's where it is, and there's like the bed and the chair that you jump across to get to the other lava stones. So we're still at 3 out of 6 lava stones. And there's the entrance. And we're going to go back up the way we came, because I'm pretty sure that there's still a stone somewhere around this direction. So we're going to go up. Up is always a good choice, because gravity takes you down, and most of these traps, like these one right here, if you fall twice, or if you fall down this one, it'll take you down 2 holes. If you fall down this one, it goes down 1 hole. So you see how that works? We don't want to go down both holes, otherwise we'll just be going in circles. So we go down the left hole, and we go up. There's a way down that way. We're going to continue going up. And there we go, 4 out of 6 crystals. Ta-da! And this way just comes back up and goes back in the circle. Okay. So we're gonna go all the way back after we found 4 out of 6 of our crystals. And I'm trying to remember where the shadow crystal was. That one was very elusive. The shadow one is the one on the far left, and the one that we still need to find as well is the one on the far right, which is a green one. And we have all 4 in the middle, so. Alright, so we're going to go up here, and there's actually the green crystal right there, but if you walk forward, you'll see that it's a trap. So you can't actually go up that way from entrance. And if you do go straight, it's just going to throw you into the middle of the maze right off, and that's going to confuse you. Which I actually liked. I think it's pretty funny to do to people. So we're back in the upside down rooms, back at the wall that was tucked over. Some of this should start looking familiar. Yeah, just more walls, more dead ends. And then you go up these stairs. And a treasure chest, a little bed, and a floating box. And I actually just remembered where the shadow crystal is. It's very secretive, right next to the box. It's just this little hidden room. You can slip right through there, and it's behind. So, that's 5 out of 6. The last one is the box. Why is this box the only thing that floats on water? And it's meant to be obscure on purpose and stick out, because nothing in this maze is put here by accident. Like the chest is a trap. So we go through here, and oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Let me get back to that spot. The carpet is definitely like a trap, like I just fell through, and there's the rug trap for the chest, so it continues to lead you back in circles. So we're gonna go back the way we came. We're gonna go up onto this box here. Okay. Oh, and I missed. Yeah, jumping on this game is pretty weird, because usually I have more control, but once you jump, you're just like, you're just there, you know? If you fall, you fall. Oh my god. I should have cut this part out. Okay. 3rd time's the charm. And we made it, okay. Now we're going back up those stairs. We're gonna avoid the trap this time. Go around. These stairs, we'll just go down them real quick. It kind of leads to another kind of area to show that there's more up here. Like people can see the window if they look up, but they won't know how to access it. And then you can escape and get out that way, but you can't come back up. So you travel through this like labyrinth of staircases, and you're pretty much close to the end of the maze itself now. You just want to make sure you dodge that last trap, otherwise you're going to fall and have to restart. And up here is where we fell the first time. There's the final earth crystal. And up here is the wizard's room himself. This is his secret hideout. This is where he likes to sleep. And he's got his crystal ball, his diary, and so on. So it's a pretty cool maze, I think. Anyway. If you want to try it out, or if you want to use it for your own guilds, for roleplay, or for whatever reason, you're more than welcome to. I'll put the name of the server, I guess, in the description. So hope you guys liked it, and have a good one.